Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, and welcome to Command Power, the show in which we discuss all things Magic the Gathering with a focus on Commander.
And welcome to another episode of our card spotlight series in which I highlight a card that I think should see more play in Commander. But before that, just a quick reminder to click subscribe if you enjoy my videos. We're well on our way to 1 million subscribers and your support means everything to me. And today we're going to be talking about Elrond, Master of Healing. For 2 colorless, 1 green and 1 blue, it's a legendary creature, Elf Noble 4/4 with whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying this way, and whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. This is amazing as a commander, but also amazing in the 99 of any Simic scry deck. There wasn't that much scry support really until this recent set for a fully scry deck, but now you have a lot of support, and this is one of the centerpieces of that. Because the cool thing about this is there's no limit to how often it triggers, and it can put a +1/+1 counter on up to X target creatures. That does mean that you need to go wide a little bit more than you might otherwise want to in this deck, because if you just got one creature or a couple of creatures out, then it's not going to gain as much value. You need to be able to spread out those counters, so when you scry a high number, you can put multiple counters on multiple different things. The other ability is what really pushes this over the top, though. If you have a way to protect Elrond, say by putting Swiftfoot boots on him or something like that, then he becomes an amazing source of card advantage, because your creatures are going to get bigger and bigger as they get more and more counters put on them, which means that your opponents are going to have to try to remove them, and when they do, you're going to get to draw some cards. That is very powerful and very annoying to deal with. Another option as well is to run a bunch of instant speed, hexproof, or indestructible spells, so that if they try to kill your Elrond, you can just protect it in response, and also you'll be drawing a card because they've targeted it and presumably it has a counter on it at that point. So when you factor in that this is growing your creatures and it's also getting you cards whenever your creatures are removed, this is going to be very difficult to deal with, because they're kind of damned if they do and damned if they don't, at least if you have a way of protecting your Elrond, and you definitely should have a lot of those in the deck because it is kind of crucial to keep him alive. If he gets removed first, you're probably drawing a card, but then you're losing all the future cards from your other creatures dying. This guy's a huge magnet for removal, but I think he is powerful enough that it's definitely worth running him in a lot of decks, and maybe decks that only scry incidentally as well. It is a really strong source of card advantage, and it might also be good in just regular Simic counters decks, because if he's not the main threat on the board and they need to remove other stuff first, you're still going to be drawing cards off of him. So there you have it. Those have been my thoughts on this new spoiler. What do you think about this card? Please let me know in the comment section below. I read all comments and respond to all of them too. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like or subscribe. It really helps the channel. And until next time, take care. Woo!